Rainbow Dash, right? Gilda told me about you. You're a teacher? Thought you'd be cooler.
Boom. Roasted.
Gallus, or Gallibub as some people in the fandom lovingly call him, is the Griffon of the Young Six. He and Smolder are probably the characters that changed the most out of this group. But what is his character even about? And is he more than just a mean Griffon like all the others? At the start, he really just seemed like another random Griffon that was mean and teased others about everything. He is a sarcastic character who antagonized, for example, the other students after he got frustrated about the boring EEA-appropriate School of Friendship lessons. The same frustration makes him and Smolder, who is the only character he seems to get along with at first, due to their similar attitude and view concerning friendship, ditch class and get even the other creatures with them to do the same. But it's exactly this event that led to the Young Six becoming friends and therefore the new bearers of the elements of harmony later on. Together at the lake, they proved that even without all being ponies, they can become friends nonetheless. This is Gallus' first real connection to other creatures that we know of. Before that, he maybe had Grandpa Gruff, but no real family or friends. This first connection gets interrupted by Chancellor Naysay, who after seeing them having their fun and misinterpreting it as an attack on the School of Friendship, shuts down the school. His reason behind that is that the other creatures are endangering the ponies. But Gallus won't leave his newfound friends, which is why they all hide at the castle of the two sisters. This shows a strong change in Gallus. He is one of the grumpy griffons who, except Gabby, never were interested in friendship before, which makes him and the other Young Six pioneers of friendship, especially because of the interspecies bonds they built. They are the first to even attempt to do that to such an extent, and that it worked is partially because the teenagers had no prior prejudices against the other species. So, the Young Six hide at the castle, but get discovered after the main six follow Sandbar to them, who was out to get supplies. And they find the friends under attack by a group of Pugwudgies, and save them. But we can see that they try to find a way to get out of the dilemma together. Even their teachers are impressed with how much they have learned about friendship without school, and simply by interacting with each other, and thus proven that friendship can exist between different species. While nearly starting a war between the kingdoms, but anyway, this is the push that gave Twilight even more confidence to overstep the EEA rules and open the school again. And all thanks to Gallus and his friends. He makes a few background appearances, but his next speaking role is a non-compete clause, and there we can see his sarcasm once again, when he jokingly says that they should leave AJ and RD behind. But in the end he helps anyway, which shows that he isn't your ordinary Griffon anymore, but changed to be one of the few kind creatures of his kind at the time, which made him alone also a kind of pioneer for Griffon kind. His next appearance, where we can learn something about him, is the Heartswarming Club. In this Pony Christmas themed episode we can learn a lot about Gallus. After all the Young Six explain their holidays and continue to fight about who sabotaged the festivities, he shows that he cares very much about his friends, and even if he has to confess his wrongdoings and stay over the break. But doing that we get to know more about his family. He has no one, not even Grandpa Gruff is his actual grandpa. So no creature celebrates their version of Heartswarming, the Blue Moon Festival, with him. And so he decided that he wanted to spend as much time with his friends as he can. He didn't expect that they all had to stay in school over the break if no creature confesses. He had no bad intentions, but only the desire for something completely unusual for a Griffon: quality time with his friends, which he gets because his friends stay with him at the school and prove their incredible bond once again. The next important episode for his and the other Young Six's development is What Lies Beneath, where we can learn a lot about the fears and faults of each of them through the trials of the Tree of Harmony. And what we learn about Gallus is that he is claustrophobic, but even this strong and most likely deep-rooted fear can be overcome with the desire to help his friends. He thinks rational and finds a way out. Later he even helps Silverstream overcome her own fear through telling her about his. And in my experience, for such prideful creatures like Gallus, it takes a lot to overcome said pride and be honest with their feelings. But for his friends, even that is not too much for him. These events establish their connection with the tree, which comes in handy in the next episodes, the season finale, School Ways 1 and 2. But to be honest, we don't really learn more about him there. It just shows him and the others as the new bearers of the elements. Not just a connection with the tree, but straight up them glowing with the usual power of friendship. Which shows that not only pony, but all creatures' friendship is magical after all. And even a usually mean griffon got changed by it. There are a few more episodes where he appears in Season 9, but only one of them is focused on him and the young six. Uprooted. In this one we can see the different ideas of them to honor the tree. And Gallus' idea is a visitable museum, where you can learn about the tree and why he was so important to Equestria's history, and still is. The problem is that he strongly glorifies it, but that only shows that he wants all creatures to remember the tree as something great, even if it already has a memorable story. But this makes his appreciation for the tree even more clear. After that episode, there's no other that has him in focus, but we see him helping evacuate the School of Friendship in the ending of the end, together with the other young six, which shows how dependable they have become. This dependability and his ability to take responsibility make him also a good choice as a royal guard for Twilight in the future, which is where he is in the last problem, and I think he is a great choice for that job. He is the first Griffon that we know of that got included into pony society to that extent. The most impressive thing about his character is that he developed so much in such a short amount of time. He went from mean, teasing, sarcastic Griffon to one of the most loyal friends Equestria has ever seen. His sarcastic side still shines through sometimes, but I would definitely consider him a pioneer of the normally very secluded species of Griffons. But what do you think? Has his character developed? Would you consider him a pioneer of Griffon kind? Would you like to see these kinds of videos about the other young six? Let me know, and until next time, fellow bronies, brony fellas, and bye.